Hello everybody, and welcome back to King's Quest, and we are doing the 6th game, which is probably my favorite one out of the whole, I don't know, what would you call it? Octology? Because there's 8 games?
I presume so.
Okay.
Long ago,
but anyway,
in the castle called Daventry.
Yeah.
Let's figure out the... Oh, sorry.
I was just noticing we were introduced to like a crude CGI mountain morphing into the logo. So I was...
Yeah, speaking of crude graphics.
It's been months. You've got to put
boy.
together. After all, you
what is this game?
I know.
Yeah, to answer your question preemptively, no. The rest of the game is not like this. It is just the opening cutscene.
It's like she's just
I am aware.
vanished.
I wish I could help. Please try to think about something else, dear.
I'll try, Mother.
But, one lonely night of, thinking of Cassima, there is now a vision that comes to him through the mirror. Because every King's Quest game needs to, feature the mirror. I think there's only, like, King's Quest V that didn't do it. Like, King's Quest...
You have that plot device, why not use it? It's kinda silly. Like...
Yeah, I understand, but at the same time, it's like, what about the other 2 treasures?
Cassima, wait! Mother.
You mean the chest of infinite inflation?
Yeah, the chest of infinite gold and the shield that protects you from everything.
I saw Cassima.
Like, you
She
think the
was in the
shield
Yeah,
that protects you from everything would be useful for these adventures?
Yes.
Yeah, but never take that.
How to find her.
How?
Weirdly enough.
I saw the stars outside her window.
Fighting ogres. How many times did I met an ogre and they didn't have the hindsight, didn't have the common sense or just bring the shield.
Yeah. I also like his plan that he was going to navigate using the stars, but the only stars that he could see were very far away in the background of a castle. And don't you need to, like, have some sort of indication as to, like, what the stars... Like, I'm not
Position.
Yeah, like, I know it's based on the position of the stars, but my question is, like, don't you need to at least see it beforehand at least once? Like, to sort of know, like, okay, so this is, like, the angle that they are at, or something like that?
That probably treaches on it. That probably treaches on how to do it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, obviously I'm not a navigator by stars, so... If someone knows how to do that in the comments...
I don't think that's the name. I think navigator is enough.
Once Prince Alexander sailed
Yeah.
the known seas and beyond.
But anyway, and now we're doing the, sailing the ocean, and all I can say is, Wind Waker, eat your heart out. But, let's see. I will say this intro sequence does go on for quite a bit, but it does at least explain how we get to the island.
Yeah, I would hope so, given what's going on the screen. Like, it's...
Yeah, but I mean, it's...
Why is he on a boat? Well, Prince Alexander thought he really wanted some chicken wings before going to meet his beloved, so...
Day turns to night, and the
I mean, well...
Took a trip.
If you...
Took a trip to the land of Hutas.
No, but if you, like, just start the game, like, immediately, like, you just start off on the beach, and it's like, oh yeah, you just got in a shipwreck, and it's like, okay, how the fuck did we get here, kind of thing.
We have a bigger budget now!
A bigger budget, and they couldn't even center the fucking, title. 4 out of 10.
Oh, okay, baby steps, okay? Oh, bugger.
No, but the way that it flew in, it made me think the twist ending is going to be that Alexander and the crew died, so, and they're all in limbo. Have you ever seen Lost? Because I didn't see it, and in retrospect, I am glad I never did, because I wouldn't have been so horrifyingly disappointed by how it ended.
I did watch like some episodes of the early first season. I couldn't follow it after that.
They didn't.
You know, it was...
They didn't translate it into your native language.
Yes, they didn't translate it to Arabic. No. The thing is that I don't know. It was like perpetually in a time slot that was very uncomfortable to watch.
I guess uncomfortable is one way of putting it.
Alexander awakens to find.
Yeah, so if you just hit new game, it just starts you like right here. It is like, okay.
He is too dazed to remember how he got here.
Yeah.
Then
Why?
he does remember the shipwreck, the sea.
Ah! Well, that's
He had
plot
seen
point.
his
That
men
plot point
safe
is
into
over.
the lifeboats. A gigantic
Oh,
wave
the,
picked him up and tossed him overboard
again,
into
for those who
the
don't
sea.
know, I can't hear it, so
That
what
was
exactly
the
did he
last
say?
he'd seen of his crew. Debris from the shipwreck is scattered
He has 2
along the shore.
days to remember how he got in this island.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
he remembers.
Only hope and pray
Okay.
the lifeboat survived
I
the crash.
glad that problem
And
is
his men
solved.
Made their way safely back to Daventry.
But I think the most baffling thing about that entire intro sequence was that
Alexander picks up his royal insignia
he-
ring from the beach.
the narrator said that, oh yeah, just before the ship crashed, Alexander helped the crew get into the lifeboat, and hopefully they made it back to Daventry, which
A box has been
in the
partially
intro
buried
sequence
under sand.
said that it took 3 months for them to just get to this point, and now they
Alexander
hopefully
takes the
get back to
coin and leaves the
Daventry.
ruined box where it is.
That's a 3 months travel away in a fucking dinghy boat. And it's like, okay, good luck.
Yeah. The thing is that Alexander is just really bad at navigating, so he kept getting lost. Oh, you got that fast movement now.
Yeah, mostly because I had to record this like 3 times or something like that. First time because
Alexander politely addresses the
there was a weird
guards
glitch that
at the
happened at the
doors,
very end of the game
hoping to
that
learn
made it
more
so
about his
it wouldn't
predicament.
proceed
Good day
to
you
like the
guys.
end game.
I was cast
no
upon
matter
this
what I
island
did.
in a storm, and I
And
knew
then
about
the
my
second time I
location.
did it, I did get
Tell
it,
me
manage
what place
to
this is
get it
and
to
who
work.
lives in this castle.
But then what happened was that I was 1 point off of a perfect score. And I was like, God fucking damn it, where the hell did I miss one goddamn point? And where I missed it pissed me off so much, and I had to redo the whole thing again. So, here we are.
You're standing on the Isle of the Crown, lad.
So yeah, I put it on fast movement because I'm kind of sick and tired of playing and recording this.
What's left of the royal family?
Yeah. Okay.
The Isle of the Crown.
Silly reason to begin with.
But tell me, am I
Fast movement should be the
anywhere near the land?
fast movement should be the first thing you do.
This is the land of the Green Isles. The Isle of the Crown is the main island.
I mean, the fast movement does look a little silly, so I did keep it at the normal speed because it looks more natural, I guess.
Treasure jewel to God, and we consider it an honor.
Why are they dogs?
Because it's a weird, strange land.
Alexander decides to show his royal insignia ring to the Castle of the Crown Guards. With all of his papers lost in the shipwreck, it is the only possible calling card he can think of.
Good day. I'm Prince Alexander of Daventry. I'm an acquaintance of Princess Cassima. If you could just inform her
Time
that
to
I'm
pull
here-
rank.
So everyone says.
Yeah,
Let me just look at that ring.
so that's a question for you, since you know more about medieval stuff more than I do. Did royalty actually have, like, official
Wait till you
documentation
while I go see what
papers
Captain
signifying
Saladin
who
thinks
they
of this.
were that they had to carry around everywhere with them? Or was
I don't know
like,
how much.
or was just the ring and the jewelry that they wore good enough?
I don't know how often they would carry it around, but they would have documents of lineage and that kind of thing.
The guard returns a moment later.
Okay.
With a
Like you
majestic-looking
can trace
creature.
some noble
Captain
lineages
Saladin
from
speaks
today
with a
up to
voice that
pretty
is simple,
far.
but reflects a will of honor.
Like
Prince Alexander of Daventry, I presume.
I was watching.
I'm afraid
Oh
I'm
my
not
God!
familiar
It's
with your
it's Lassie.
But I'm sure Wizzy Al-Hazred will want
Yeah.
to know if indeed you are a friend of the princess.
Also, the narrator
Please
put a bit
follow
of
me.
emphasis that he has a very firm but a strong voice that commands presence. And it's like, oh no.
Lord Al-Hazred, a visitor.
All
to
right.
Yeah,
He's,
no, it
he-
was just like, it was the idea that, you get the feeling that that was written by, like, a woman kind of thing, and it's like, oh no.
Intrusion.
Roberta
start-
Williams.
But I came
It's
to
Roberta
see
Williams
Princess
OC on
Casima.
D&D.
Some months ago, my father, King Graham, saved my family
Assalamu
from
alaikum,
imprisonment
brothers.
under an evil wizard named Mordak.
The same
Anyway, I
wizard
bet you can't tell if that's the bad guy or not.
Exactly. When my father rescued us,
Which one?
he also liberated Casima and sent her
Yeah,
away.
the guy with the glowing eyes or the vizier.
Yeah, well, it's
But
gonna
I'm afraid I still fail to see the purpose.
gonna
of
have to
your
be the
visit.
vizier, but like I'm just really amused by the
I
guy
came
in
to
the,
make
with,
sure
with
that
glowing
Casima
eyes in the
arrived
back.
safely and to pay my respects.
Yeah, we're gonna see him a lot during this
She
game.
gave me an invitation to visit.
But in ways that might not be
She did
immediately
exactly
obvious.
that at the time, Prince Alexander. However, things have greatly changed for Casima since her ordeal in Mordak's castle. Casima's parents both became ill and died while she was gone. Casima is sequestered in mourning.
I like how
and has
Saladin
been
just has his little
princess.
sword
She
just
is not
open
receiving
there, like
visitors of any
one move
kind.
from Alexander, and his head's coming right
Even
off.
if she were, I do not think your visit would be appropriate. You see, it is time for Casima to take her responsibilities seriously. With her parents gone, she no longer has the luxury to be a carefree maiden. As was her parents' wish, Casima...
Also, if
Time
anyone
to pop
is
that cherry.
We shall rule the
No,
kingdom
I'm just
together.
start commenting on the
I assure
vizier's
you, our
statement
marriage
here.
is all
Oh,
Casima
yeah.
wants now. As a
Yep,
prince
planning to wed
and a
the princess to rule the
it would be
kingdom.
best that you leave before there is any further embarrassment.
Also, I was just about to say, for anybody
I suppose that I
who's
was mistaken.
a little bit
for certain that Casima-
angry that I am putting the loading icon on top of everyone's heads,
A young man sees what
well,
he
get used to it,
wishes
because I'm doing it all the time.
I'm sorry you've wasted your
funny.
time traveling to the land of the Green Isles. May your journey
Look like one of
home
those
be
kitty crowns.
swift.
You know,
Perhaps I will take
It's the Burger
opportunity
King
to look
crown.
around your fair land while I'm here.
Yeah,
the guy just had a
the,
trip
I would
to
advise
Burger King, and
against
now
it.
he's
The
is having-
kingdom is
Taking a flight, yeah.
rather, shall we say,
Yeah, you know that,
inhospitable
right?
these days. But it is
yes.
your neck. You may risk it if you please. Captain Saladin will escort you from
Have
the
I made
castle.
myself more obvious?
Good day.
I'm actually kind of curious if that guy actually was black, or if he was just, like, completely drunk or something. Like,
Yeah, there's
or like he was like, well, black as in like he was from Africa or something, like he was claiming.
I have been instructed not to let him into the castle again.
And what's the relation with that and being drunk?
Captain Saladin whispers something.
Well, if he was that, or if he was
Castle
completely fucking
gate, nod
drunk,
with understanding.
and he was just making up bullshit excuses. Or maybe both, who knows?
You mean the Burger King guy?
They won't
Yeah.
be letting him into the castle again.
Yeah, you never saw the video? Like, he was
don't
going
know.
off on the airline attendant, saying that, oh yeah, it was perfectly fine for me to say what I said because I'm black.
Okay. What would make you think he actually are you stating that he actually believes that he was black because he was drunk, or
Good day.
No, like, if
Probably has
more like,
Alexander decides to
like
keep his
he was
distance.
drunk and thought that would be a good excuse, or like he genuinely believes that because, or maybe like he his claim that he was from Africa or something was correct, so therefore that makes it okay for him to
Yeah.
like be aggressive and shitty to everyone around him.
Man, it works for Africa. It worked for the African dictator, so
Yeah.
yeah, there's something bothering me in my desk. I'm gonna go fix it. Sorry. Just a minute.
God damn it, Goku, you couldn't have done that earlier.
I have this copper coin. Is it of
Alrighty
any
then,
value to you
one
at all?
copper coin. What can I get?
Interesting. I have never seen a Daventry coin before, but it is copper genuine enough. I might even find a buyer who is interested in foreign currency. The items on the front counter are the only things in the store that I can let go for the price of 1 copper.
Alrighty, and
Alexander looks at the items on the
so
counter
to start
make
off
a
with, we
selection.
shall take the Nightingale.
That mechanical knight looks
We'll be
intriguing.
using each of these
I believe I'll take it.
items throughout our adventure,
Very
but the
well.
Nightingale
Your
is
coin
what we need
well
first.
spent. Remember, this is a pawn shop. I am always willing to take back my own goods in trade.
And
remember.
let's see.
Thank you.
I do like that bear statue. It's a shame that the game says no.
Hello.
There's giant fleas. You
I
can't
will be
deal
right
with them.
up. Now, what can I do for you?
Oh my god, Gok. What the hell is on your desk that requires you to be gone for this long? Like,
What can you
Jesus
tell
Christ.
me about the land of the green
Oh, okay,
isles?
and he just left.
Quite a question, young man.
Hello?
Who are you? And
Gok,
what would
you there?
have me tell you?
My name is Alexander. I know I'm on the Isle of the Crown, but I'd like to know whatever.
I'm gonna guess that Gok is not here. Okay, cool.
There are other islands nearby.
I am here now.
Indeed,
Okay.
stranger.
Where the fuck were you?
Anxious is the man who knows
Cleaning
not
my
the
cleaning my
customs of the land beneath
probably
us.
my desk.
This island is called the Isle of the Crown.
Man, you left me hanging for so long, though.
Castle is here. Besides the
Ah,
castle,
you're a strong boy. You can hold on that cliff.
No, I can't. I got noodly arms and I'm fat.
3 other islands. The Isle of the
You'll
Sacred
issue?
Mountain, the Isle of the Beast, and the Isle of Wonder.
At least 3? Does no one know for certain?
Alrighty then.
This is no ordinary land, Alexander.
So,
Land of the Green
one thing I am
Isles has
thankful for,
always been a place of vague boundaries,
listening
as
and,
islands
or,
come
well,
and go.
rewatching
Legend
this
speaks
King's
of a
Quest
full
footage
An
and
isle
currently
shrouded in
recording
mists.
the Quest
I
for
myself
Glory
had never seen
game.
it. Then, too,
I am glad that they did not implement dialogue trees into the King's Quest games, because one issue I do have with Quest for Glory is that the dialogue trees are annoying to navigate.
Claim, yes, but probably just local superstition. We who live
You
here
choose the wrong dialogue,
at
the long tree. The character just snipes you.
Those first 3
Just
islands you mentioned.
Grabs
How
grabs
might I
a
learn
sword and
more
cuts
about
your neck.
Ideally, a young man seeking such knowledge.
Yeah, I prefer the
I would
more
do
straightforward
FS
method that
Sierra.
King's Quest, where you just talk to the wrong person at the wrong time and they kill you.
Would be helpful naturally.
Yeah.
Much more faster and
Unfortunately,
straightforward.
the ferry no longer
I wouldn't
runs
put that
between
past
the
Sierra, though.
islands. There has been much political unrest, and it has been too.
I mean, there are
dangerous
kind
to
of
travel
situations
from
like that
here.
in Quest for Glory,
Perhaps the
but
ferryman can
it's
tell
just
you
one of
more.
those.
He has little enough to do these
It's
days, and if you haven't been there already,
yeah, like I said, just the dialogue tree in Quest for Glory is just
Thank you kindly.
not great.
for
At least
all your
in the
good
first game, it
advice.
wasn't that great.
But advice is free, Alexander. Making use of it costs money.
And I also played a little bit of 2, but because
How much for that
Uh,
book on the counter, merchant?
2
It
is
a fine book, is it not?
they never did
I
an
take
update
the estate of the
for that
one
game
and
officially,
only magician this kingdom has
like to
ever
remake it
had.
into the newer engine.
Goofed himself into
It's all
hard
text
on in the
based,
end.
so in order to
So
get the
I heard.
dialogue tree going
I
in
never
that
found
way, you need to
spells
talk to
all that
people and then
useful
say
myself,
ask
but
and then
then
a
I
specific
lead a
keyword
boring
for them
life.
to
I
respond to
tell you
that
what,
keyword. And it's like, oh my god, so it's
Find
even worse.
another rare book, something a bit more marketable, I might be willing to exchange the spelled book for it.
And also, navigating the city in the
Facing
second game is a
Cosima,
pain in the ass.
Alexander decides to leaf through one of the volumes of love poetry.
They never made a
He reads,
VGA. Is what a VGA version? VGA remake?
Not officially. There is a fan-made one, and I don't know. There is also a fan-made VGA version of King's Quest 2, which, unfortunately for me, I did not realize this when I made my thumbnail for King's Quest 2, but the subtitle is actually different in the VGA version rather than the original version. So that's a bit of a whoops-a-doodles on my end. But otherwise, the VGA fan remakes are actually not too shabby. But they definitely have a bit of that quality to them that there's a bit of charm that's lost, I guess I should say, you know?
Its commonness does not decry the haunted, painful cry that my heart makes for you, that ere my soul...
Anyway, what do you think about the creepy old man in the corner there?
A little close to home.
In the
I
black
think you're
cloak?
just. I think you're judging people too fast. People have lots of reasons to be wearing creepy dark robes. Okay.
Alexander picks up the fallen page. It's the love
I was much more.
fallen out of the poetry book.
I see
I
that
don't.
old
I
woman's
was
love another
paying a lot of
place.
attention to the
Maybe
little
you
poem
might,
that
sir. I
the
have
narrator
heard
was
discoveries
reciting.
back in place
Yeah,
2 times
yeah,
already.
it's...
Someone really wanted to show off that day.
Alexander
Yeah, someone
rests
really
his
wanted to
head
show
upon
off that they
Alexander picks up and
put some
moves
words
eyes
together.
through a book called The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages. Well, that was refreshing.
Wow, that was refreshing.
Good day, sir.
Mhm.
The mysterious old man just ignores Alexander.
Strange. He's ignoring us. How rude.
There's a small table near the door that bears a sign. The sign has undergone a number of changes. It once read 10 pence, but that was crossed out and replaced with 5 pence, then 1 pence, then free. The sign currently reads, "Take one, please." Only one book.
I just let that...
Please.
Yeah, I'm just letting that play out a little bit because it's actually one of my favorite jokes in this game. Is just the sign of the guy just trying to get rid of his fucking books.
A small table.
Oh, yes, please, take that book. You have my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
Really? Thanks.
What is the book cursed?
Kind of. I don't think I read it until
There's a young girl in a
I
yellow-
absolutely
The
have
girl
to
is
read
dressed
it,
in a long,
but
thin, orange
you'll see why the
dress.
bookkeeper wanted to get rid of it so
Appearance are
fucking
clothed,
badly.
From a skittish, fearful look about her, Alexander gets the strong impression that she is a servant, or even worse, a slave. The serving girl appears to be stealing a quiet moment tending the rose bushes.
She's a servant, or even worse. There are worse. Okay, servant is not that bad a profession.
Well, she could be a servant or worse, a slave.
By the way, he's talking as if she was like a hooker.
Make lunch and clean the stables yet this morning. And get your veil back on. No one wants to look at your face.
Yes, stepmother.
Yeah, so we got a bit of a Cinderella thing going.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, stranger, come join me. The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island.
Sorry, mate, you're way too friendly for my taste.
Yeah, and get rid of this. So, swim time. Boop.
Good day. I'm Alexander.
Let's talk with him.
What are you doing in the sea?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm swimming. I mean, come join me. The water's wonderful.
I think this is the earliest point in the game where you can actually die, too.
Jump in. A little water won't hurt you.
You jump in.
Yeah, you jump
You
in.
jump in. The guy will
Waters
ask
in
you.
this cove
No,
appear
no, it's not that bad.
But there's a dimpling pattern to the surface, which indicates an undertow. Considering the poor condition of the shore, it looks like the easiest way to get into the water is just to jump off the pier.
Boink.
Powerful current.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, that would
joking,
be
it
obvious,
wasn't-
narrator.
Yeah.
He feels himself being pulled out to sea.
It's not the guy who's molesting us, it's the ocean itself.
Not a very good swimmer, are you?
Help me!
Sorry, I think not.
As his head submerges. for the
That's so
third
funny. I'll have you
time,
decapitated.
Alexander finds himself pondering the wisdom of going out on a limb for a stranger.
Tickets.
Next.
Oh, that was a sudden shift.
Alexander couldn't handle those currents. That boy must be an unbelievably strong swimmer.
What was the sudden shift?
Suddenly we're meeting like the court of skeletons.
That's strange. The young boy
Yeah,
in the water just
um,
disappeared. Oh well, perhaps he
Although, I think the bookstore owner did explain that
What do you want?
this area does
Alexander,
come
Excuse me.
close
My name is
to
Alexander.
the land of the
bookshop in
dead,
the village told me you
or
were
at least
here
the
again.
legends say that it is.
I
So,
hear you used to run this ferry for the islands. I'd like to talk to you if you have a moment.
You say old Allie sent you? I can't see why. The ferry's not running, you know.
I understand. I'd just like to talk to you about the islands if you don't mind.
there is one
I
thing I will mention about these portraits, though. I do like these sort of portrait caricatures that they have for when people talk. It's just that for whatever reason, my version is different from what a lot of other people's portraits look like. Like
Well,
everyone else's of gameplay footage that I see, it's more of a full like right at their face. It's not like on an angle like it is for me, and the graphical style is more in tune with like the rest of the game. Like this,
But why are
and it's
the
not.
islands
It doesn't look as detailed as this. Is what I'm getting at. So I'm curious if that's more of a
then
a
this
version
unrest is
difference
recent.
or like why that is.
Perhaps if
That's
the
all nice
ferry
and all,
were
but why
repaired-
is the boat on top of a land? That piece of land.
Oh well, if you're listening to him, he explains why.
But there must be
I'm
some
not
way
listening
get
to them
this
because
island.
we're talking.
Oh, okay. So he's basically explaining that the vizier ordered that all the
Tell me more about the
ferries
ferry.
and boats get dry docked until further notice because all the different islands are feuding with each other.
Visiting to care for the needy and to keep up the friendly relations between the islands. I remember their last trip. Things had started getting nasty by then, and when they came back aboard, I gathered that
But the main thing that we're getting at from him is that there's still another way to travel beyond boats, and more importantly, we need that rabbit foot that's on the table.
What do you do now?
Bet you can't guess how we get it.
Me? I'm out of a job. The job my ancestors have held for generations. I'm the
Come on,
only
go
one
guess.
trained to avoid the reef and the
What?
rocks.
How do we get the rabbit's foot on the table?
Good now.
Is there no other boat on the
You kick
island?
the man in the nuts.
One that might be more
You laugh at his
seaworthy?
face and then you
Boats
sweep
don't
it
last
off.
long on these shoals, as you may have found out if you got here by ship.
Close.
You can be quite sure that this old ferry is, or was, the only craft on the
You
island.
set the ship on fire.
Well, it's been dry docked enough, but no. What we actually do is that we just click on it and ask for it.
Brought you much luck?
As you can
Oh.
see, my luck's been out for some time now, despite that old charm. Why not
So it's
take
a defective
perhaps
rabbit's
take the darn
foot.
thing
Why
away,
would you
bring
want
good
it?
fortune at last.
Perhaps it will.
Aha, but you see, we'll be going someplace where the rabbit's foot is incredibly useful.
I think I'll be going now. Thanks for allowing me into your home.
Posh, not at all. It breaks the boredom, if you know what I mean.
Alrighty then, so we were told about a magic map, so we shall go get this magic map. Also, that old man there, with the lamps, he's like one of my favorite characters in this game. I love him.
Good day, sir. Is there anything
But
you can
also,
tell
we
me
need to
about
talk
the
to this
land of the
guy, because if we don't, that will completely change how the game ends.
Well,
Excuse me again, sir.
that Inspector
You mentioned
Gadget.
the princess.
No, it's not Inspector Gadget, it's Jollo, the jester.
Determined to learn more about the strange man's relationship with
Does
the
it
princess,
do his
Alexander
arms
shows
stretch?
the man his insignia ring and formally introduces himself.
No, I think he's a bit too fat for that.
I'm sorry to insist.
Although he apparently is quite a good juggler.
I appreciate the offer of the ring, Alexander, but I'm afraid I'm already spoken. Daventry? Where have I heard of Daventry?
Also, he's got a
You must be
the Jack Nicholson Joker smile.
How came you here?
I'm afraid I'm already spoken, and homosexual relations are prohibited in this land.
She truly
The
spoke.
sentence is death.
I saw her briefly when she first returned home. She mentioned a
Yeah, each
prince-
island in this game has a different sort of theme to it. So this one is more Arabian, even though there's a lot of grassland, which is kind of weird.
King and queen thought they'd never see her again.
There's a druidic island. There is a
Homecoming.
Greek island. A
Poor thing.
A Greek island, their homosexuality is incentivized.
The streets are silent.
only if you're the top. If you're the bottom, that's like double gay and therefore bad.
It's a rather dated
Yeah.
tradition. and
But
the Wazir says
then
she
there's
insists
the
on
sort of a
respect.
forest island, and then my favorite island, which I won't spoil just yet.
I? Oh, pardon me. My name is Jalo.
The
I am
island of
crowned to the royal
nudists.
court and have been since the
No.
marriage of Casima's parents, King Calipham, and
Can't
Queen
have that in a
Amalia.
children's game.
Oh, those were the happy days. The pair of them were so full of joy and life, so in love. And Casima's birth.
I
It would
mean,
be hard to explain how long they had waited. How
I
they had
would
hoped for a
I would have
child. I mean, she was
I
such
would
a
rather
charming
question
little
how old are
thing.
the people who
Mothers
who
of
are playing this game, given like the kind of nonsense that they put that it comes about,
And to me, I'm so terribly worried
that it
about
pulls out occasion.
About her Greek
Well,
Yeah.
on occasion, no, on tradition.
Well, the truth is, I do not trust the Wazir or his plans.
Yeah, there's also the other aspect, I guess, where it's like from the people who brought you King's Quest and
I wish I knew what the
Quest for
princess
Glory.
thinks these
You then have Phantasmagoria and Space Quest. And in Space Quest, especially the earlier Space Quest games, some of the death animations are very fucking vividly detailed.
Hurry back to the castle. I'll try to return to the bookshop
think
again later.
Thank you for speaking with me, Jalo.
I was thinking like aside from Sierra and LucasArts, who else was doing adventure games in the past? Because it seems like nearly all of the adventure games I've heard about were from Sierra. The Gabriel Knight series was from Sierra too, right?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, the Gabriel Knight, the Space Quest, King's Quest, Quest for Glory, you know, all the Quest series were from
Yeah.
all adventure games were from Sierra, and then Phantasmagoria, and I think Darkseid too, right?
I don't think Darkseid, that was neither them. I can't remember what the company was called, though.
I'd be rich larger than a king.
But the reason why you keep hearing Sierra and LucasArts is because those were the two big players for the adventure games genre.
Good day.
Excuse me, merchant, but the
Dark
ferryman
Seed.
mentioned
Dark
that
Seed is
I
a
have
psychological
magic
horror
map
point-and-click
that
adventure
opens
game
my
developed by
lands.
published by
Why,
Cyber
Matter of
Dreams.
fact, I do. I keep
Okay.
it under the counter. It's been
God damn it,
gathering
Goke.
so
What the
long
hell's
that
wrong
I
with you?
nearly forgot about it.
I
It was
was...
quite a few years ago.
If you
see.
mean me, I
The
was
sword of a
yawning.
wealthy wizard
Yeah,
fell
but
into my
it said
hands when I
that
died.
like you
It was
disconnected
useless
and then
magical
I
junk
guess
mostly,
reconnected or
which reminds me,
something
Well,
happened.
that...
got some things
maybe
of yours in
Discord
the
just
back
being
that I need to
retarded.
dump out.
Probably.
Did you hear what I say?
The magic map is the
You
one
said it was
true
made
treasure of the
by
mountain. The wizard was quite
the
old and
company.
feeble,
I
and had
forgot
enchanted
already
the
what
map to
you
aid
called
in
them.
traveling. It is
Cyber
sad
Dreams
that
Interactive
one need
is a
Cyber
video
only
game
desire to
publisher
be on an
located
island
in
and find the map
California.
to find
First
oneself
mistake.
there. It is a very valuable map.
That
as
specializes in
Sister
adventure
imagined.
games developed in
Unfortunately,
collaboration with
no one
famous
is
names
interested in
with the
traveling these
fantasy,
days.
horror, and science
It is
fiction
far
genres
too
from
dangerous with the current state of the
from
kingdom.
1990 and
What would you
between
give for the
1990 and
I know you
1997.
want something magic in return,
Hmm.
but since I am hardly
So yeah, it was
overwhelmed with
founded.
prospective
It
buyers,
only
I would be
lasted.
willing to take anything in
Oh, they
equal
also
value
made
in
I Have No
exchange.
Mouth and I Must Scream.
Okay.
Would you be willing to
I heard
take
that
my
was an
family
extremely
ring
good
in exchange for the magic map?
adventure game. I need to get around to playing it though.
Are you a king then?
I heard it was extremely buggy when it was released. Like when it came out, it was like
Alexander.
borderline.
Prince
Was
Alex,
buggy
you
to the point of
speak
being
great. Are you
unfinishable.
sure you can part with such a unique family heirloom?
The
I mean,
ring
maybe.
does mean a lot to me.
I wouldn't know.
I didn't
The only
always
thing I really know about it is that because of the story it's
Here
based
we
on,
go.
you technically can't win that
More
game.
important things at stake now.
Yeah.
Then you now own a magic map, Prince Alex. I will keep your ring out of sight for a few days. If you find anything else of great value in your travels, you can come back for your ring. I would
Yeah,
hate
question,
see
I need to
you
grab
down
something.
for gold.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, Goke, you can't prepare a little bit before these recordings? God damn it.
No! I had my breakfast. That is all the preparation I cared about, okay?
God, did you at least put on your pants right this morning?
You are very kind, and I'll remember about the map.
Alrighty then. So we got ourselves a magic map. Fantastic.
Suddenly, the old man in the concealing cloak sneaks past Alexander, and with a sneaky dart of his hand, steals a mint from the candy jar. The old man
Oh, with a
stuffs the mint
sneaky
in his
grab,
mouth
he grabs
and
the
waddles
mint.
unsteadily out of the pawn shop.
And this is an important detail. Hope you guys remember it. Well,
I will.
I guess it's only important if you go with the alternate route of beating this game.
Master! I follow Prince Alexander.
That's Terminator route.
Well, the alternate route for beating King's Quest VI, you get less points for it. And it's technically, you get the worst ending. Because there's a different variety of endings based on certain things that you complete during the adventure. So one of them was making friends with Jollo. And yeah, so that's basically all we did so far. It was just make friends with Jollo, so... But, figuring out that the genie has a, an addiction to mint is an important detail if you want to take him on.
Took care of the only means of travel. By my scimitar,
Whoa,
I can't have him
an addiction
spreading
to
things
mint.
about. Get a hold
Well,
of
yeah,
this
I mean,
and carefully,
he
shall
really
we?
likes his mint and it gets him drunk.
Islands and tell them.
All right. That is silly and disappointing at the same time.
I accidentally went the wrong way. No, I just wanted to go that way, so that way I could get his free junk. Fuck
Alexander
yeah.
sorts through the odds and ends that the pawn shop owner dumped into the pot. Magic exploding gum wrappers, a shattered crystal ball, a cracked wand, a fake thumb. Near the bottom, Alexander finds a little glass bottle labeled ink. It appears to be empty, but Alexander decides to take it.
And
You never know
come
what
on,
a
where's
small
the
bottle
important
might
item?
come in handy.
Yeah, we got a empty bottle. Fuck yeah. I'd say that was a pretty good score, don't you think, Gok?
Alexander pulls out
Would it be
his
better if the
magic
bottle
map.
had some? Would it be better if the bottle had some
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
some wine inside? Something.
No, it's not that big of a bottle. It's more like a little inkwell bottle.
Oh boy.
Alex
Anyway, I accidentally went to the Isle of Wonders, which is my favorite island.
Alexander feels a strange
I
pulling
needed to go
sensation.
to the Isle of the Sacred Mountain first.
Is it one of those random is random teleport things like in King's Quest 3?
No, it's you actually pull out the map and
Takes
then
the feather.
it's explained that you have to be looking
Alexander
at the
picks the
ocean on
flower
solid
and is
ground
startled by its hideous
in order to
storm
use the map,
skunk-like
and
orb.
then
For a
you
moment,
just
it is
choose what
solid
island you want to
tense.
go on. So it's good in that regard.
Alexander feels a strange
So
pulling
Isle of Wonder
sensation.
away. Yoop. Anyway,
Are
this
those gnomes?
what
Are
on the...
those gnomes sleeping?
No, they're clams. They're on a... Or they're oysters, I should say. Sorry. It's a bed of
Why aren't you
oysters.
asleep like the other
This is
oysters?
why I like this island. It's Alice in Wonderland, and it's everything's taken literally.
I have a terrible ache in my mouth.
Let's bring the warriors here.
If you're having trouble sleeping,
Anyway,
perhaps you'd like me to
let's
read
read this book that we got for free.
Two dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimers, divided into equal parts by the third of a
Yeah.
cackle of grouse geese, should over the result
Is
of
that
10
it's so
fine
boring that it
apples, how
makes the
about
clam
12
fall
fine
asleep?
apples,
It's so
stretched
boring it
over
makes the
the
clam
hay
yawn
and an
for
equal dose
us
of wild
to grab
Alexander
the
makes a
pearl
break
that's
for the
inside.
pearl.
Hey, you fixed my mouth.
And now the clam can sleep because it no longer has a mouth ache.
Ah, the little oyster drifts into peaceful slumber with the rest of his oyster friends. Alexander wades into the sea.
Ooh, there's a
with the
pink
strange
worm out in
object
the
of
ocean.
water.
I want to grab it.
The ocean currents tug at Alexander's legs.
Giggity.
That object is just a bit out of
Oh, if we
reach.
go any further, we're going to get sucked into the ocean. And in a different timeline, we know exactly what happens. If that...
That's the worst kind of suck.
Exactly.
Alexander opens the bargain book and reads a paragraph at random.
Two dulcimers raised to the degree of 40...
Phew, what an incredibly boring book. No wonder the bookshop owner wanted to get rid of it so badly. Alexander hears someone
Anyway,
knocking.
let's explore the island. Oh no, there's a contingent of trolls to stop us.
5 fierce guards of the isle we be. Watch for a foreign man, said he, with ears and nose, tongue, hands, and eyes. Its nature cannot be disguised. If mad it be, then mad it dies.
And we have to figure out a way to get past each of the trolls' method of identifying if we are a man. So this
Well,
one's
Alexander
smelly,
holds
so
the
we
flower
shoved
stick
this
up
stink
to the
flower in
door
its
with the
face.
jumbo nose.
Tom Troll I am, that's all I'll be. My nose knows all on land and sea. A flower of stench has washed ashore. A flower 'tis all, and nothing more. Listen, hark you, Grovenor. Do your duty as you swore. With your ears, please tell us more.
You gotta shove the flower in his mouth now.
No, no, no. This one, he listens. So then we use the nightingale to trick him.
Wow. They couldn't make this scene even more slowly and slower.
I could have put it on the slowest speed setting.
Yeah. Oh my God. This whole thing is just.
A nose is
This
not a way to spy.
This is already dragging.
Ears
Like, what the
cannot be
hell?
told a lie. A
Come on, we gotta go through all 5 senses. We're only halfway done.
Yeah. Did we really have to go through him just twisting the engine on the Nightingale? I would call that unnecessary. Jesus Christ, this is this is like
Alexander holds
put pepper in his mouth.
No, we use the peppermint little candy.
Tasty treat. It matters not what others bleat.
My God, it's a parade of abominations.
Trilly dilly, use your hands. Is it beast or is it man?
And this is what we needed the rabbit's foot for.
Alexander holds the rabbit foot out for the gnome with the huge hands.
Gnome or troll? Like decide. Make up your mind.
Apparently they're trolls.
Can't trill merrily. A hare does not
They just
know
look like
his
gnomes.
sweet. A rabbit here is all we greet.
And here comes the Sierra bullshit. You bet you... You're not gonna figure out what we have to do to get past the guy who sees.
Poke his eyes.
Nope. That empty bottle we dump on ourselves. Because it was actually filled with invisible ink.
It's beauteous, fair, and sightly. 4 morons do I sleep with nightly. There's nothing there at all, I say. Enough of this. Let's now away.
That's now away. That is superb writing right there.
Hey, look
How
at that!
did
The weird worm thingy got close enough for us to grab. Huzzah!
How amazing it is that the guy who has like the big eyes cannot see you until you cannot see anything until you pour the invisible ink on yourself.
The odd sentence, even though it is incomplete.
But to answer the troll's question, it was a nightingale with rabbit feet that smells like a skunk, it tastes like a mint, and is invisible.
A scramble of books, sand, and a spider's web.
Goodness gracious!
Little bees buzz around the books as though the pages.
I'm still perplexed by how stupid the situation is.
Well, yeah, it's Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, but the guy who can only see like what is it? He's walking with his eyes closed all the time.
Yeah.
Is that?
I'm sorry.
That's the idea is that their one sense that they're good at is so powerful that they basically turn it off so that way they can not be overwhelmed all the time. But also, shut up! I like this bookworm guy.
Isn't there something I can do for you to pay for the book?
Let's see. Do you have an itinerant clause?
No. No clauses at all, I'm afraid.
As an exception, you always should.
Who are you?
Don't mind.
Oh, those two?
Yeah.
He says it right here.
Limited grammatical principles, you know. Let's see. A marsh pig that does Texas?
I think they're not grammatical principles. They're like oxymoron is a figure of speech. I believe. No, a figure of meaning.
I'm fresh out.
A purple.
Yeah, I actually had to look up what dipthorn means, but apparently it's a very weird, very specific form of onomatopoeia, where it's like I can't remember if it's like it uses only vowels or it does not use vowels. It's like one of those two. It's very weird.
Thank you, I guess. Who are you?
How charming of you to pretend not to know. I'm Black Widow.
It's Charlotte.
The femme fatale of
Yeah, it's
all
Black Widow.
fairy tales.
No, honey, your name is Charlotte now.
You know,
There's no
I was
piggies here.
just thinking it was time I found my
Unfortunate.
50th, another husband. It would be quite a horror. I mean, an honor to have me as a bride. Just look at my beautiful weaving.
But man,
It's so light.
For men who like big, really big
I want to
asses.
leave my little nest.
You want a really big ass?
no,
Marry this fine lady.
But my heart is elsewhere, I'm afraid.
no, it's just that she went through 50 guys already. Like Jesus Christ.
Yours. I'm sure you'll
Yeah,
tell
she's
me
run
why
through, but
once you can
I don't know.
she's quite run through already.
I don't know. Apparently, that's rookie numbers, and for most women these days.
Don't touch that thread!
Or the only fan variety.
Yeah.
Alexander snatches the scrap of parchment, curious to see.
Anyway, you don't necessarily have to do this. It just gives a hint as to what the answer is for one of the puzzles later on in the game.
The wind blows the scrap of paper from Alexander's hand, but he remembers what it said well enough.
How much of what kind of butterfingers you have that you leave the wind carry your
Alexander takes a bottle of milk
your parchment
from
like that?
Yeah.
Apparently, the dogwood tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close.
Let's see. Oh, this is a fun area. Let's see.
Vines
We
of
got
sweet ripening tomatoes climb up little wooden posts. Alexander
We got a
takes
rotten
close
tomato
look at
here.
the tomato in the ground. It appears to be darker than those on the vines.
What are you staring at there, boy? Go away, you rootless thing, you! Yeah.
Yep, that tomato is definitely rotten.
let's
What
see.
do you think you're doing there?
Let's grab the
Get your
rotten
hands up.
tomato.
Hey!
Alexander picks up rotten tomato and puts him away. One never knows when one will need a rotten tomato.
Hmm?
Why would one need a rotten tomato? That's a better question.
Yeah, you never know when there's a bad comic about to
Through the hole in the
come
wall,
on stage.
Alexander sees a land
Yeah,
that
I
resembles
think
a
I think the
giant
people I
chessboard.
think maybe schizophrenia runs in his family.
No, my theory that they're all insane and that
Sounds.
they
Those wallflowers sure are sharp.
just
With a
happen
snapdragon,
to
all
have some
protective.
weird
Alexander can't even get close to the wallflower
ability
without
where
causing
they
quite a
just
stir.
know exactly what a weird thing to do at any
Alexander
given time
decides to
is
pick up the hole in the wall.
That is exactly what I said.
Useful thing.
That does not contradict what I said. It's just you just used more words to say it.
Alexander's startled.
I don't know.
Schizophrenia runs in
It's
the
run out to
family,
hide behind the wallflowers.
so to them it makes sense.
Ah.
Like, in like the people around them are just watching them grab and steal stuff that has no purpose or logic behind it. It's just that they don't know like the wild hallucinations that the Grant family is suffering from.
I must insist, Your Highness. I shall send the lump of coal to the Vizier and the Princess as a present for their wedding, and that's the end of it.
And I suppose you'll leave me.
Although this is not the Queen of Hearts.
I want to impress the new king and queen of the realm as much as you.
Yeah, not the Queen of Hearts, but the Red Queen and the White Queen, so it's almost there.
The lump of coal is in my possession, therefore I shall do as I please with it. Besides, there's nothing wrong with that spoiled egg.
The egg?
though delightfully spoiled, is
But
not
sadly, their
nearly
problem
so
runs a bit too
valuable as
deep
the
for
lump of
us.
coal, and
We
you
can't solve it
know
yet.
Your Highness always got to carry the singing stone. It's not fair that you get the coal too. That doesn't count. The
Oh, is this
singing
game?
stone was stolen by the horrid beast.
My final count for all the videos that I did, it's 4 hours. So.
It belonged to the
Whoa.
So yeah, it's definitely the longest King's Quest game, unless technically you count 7, but I kind of don't want to count 7. 7's not that good.
Which of us should get to carry the coal and which
I mean-
leg? Remember, white is
Why
the color
why
of
not?
deserving truth.
Are you not gonna let's play it?
Oh, I'll let's play it. I got the footage and everything. It's just
I, for one, shall be more
it's not that good.
and not even mention the
I mean,
fact
it
that
is part
red
of the
is
series
color
still.
of love.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry, Your Majesties.
But yeah, unfortunately, I can't do King's Quest 8 because
But I'm afraid that I don't know how to solve your problem.
for whatever reason, I thought the good old games version would work, but it doesn't because apparently they fucked up something in terms of the copyright protection, so it just crashes on the first loading screen.
Oh yes, obviously a man of high intelligence.
Ah, sweet. Red scarf. Let's take it.
Goes much better with my gown anyway. Black and red are imperial colors.
A lump of coal. Oh my god.
Yeah,
The silliest thing
apparently
I ever
the
heard.
lump of coal is
Does not go with
exquisite,
anything.
and
Watch this,
it's
Hunter.
much better than the
Company
rotten
to
egg that they have.
Emperor.
So, perhaps we could solve their problem if we find another lump of coal somewhere.
Alexander picks up the Red Queen's scarf.
I have to go digging.
Nah, we can't do that. But we got a red
Ah,
scarf,
you
so...
can. Just grab some kids. Just grab some
Alexander
kids.
looks ahead of
Give them
iceberg
pickaxes. And let them be. They yearn for the mines.
Lads, is that cold?
Whew. Cold iceberg lettuce.
What are the big pink things with faces?
Baby's
Alexander
tears.
pulls out
They
his magic
are like a cabbage.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
Alright, to the Isle of the Beasts. Ooh, look! We got a cute little opossum friend. We're gonna ignore him for a minute because the iceberg lettuce
Ow.
actually can melt in the
Hoping to
your
cool
pocket,
down the
so...
boiling pond, Alexander throws in a head of iceberg lettuce. The pond's water slowly stops boiling, cooled by the ice. It still looks hot, but bearable.
Yeah, we got a
Alexander
nice...
decides to brave the steaming
Well, it's
pond.
not exactly cool, but it's, at least it won't boil us alive like it would normally. So, huzzah.
The pond is no longer boiling, but it's hardly bathwater. Alexander takes the old hunter's
But more
lamp
importantly,
from
we
the
got a
tree.
hunter's lamp.
As Alexander continues down the path,
Now let's go kill.
he gets the strange
Let's go
feeling
kill
that he's
Snow
being
White.
watched.
Come on
No,
over here, see
no,
what I'm
Snow
doing.
White isn't in
Whoa.
here. She was supposed
Never
to be in
mind that stone
4.
fella on top of the gate. He won't hurt you any. He's just there to scare you.
Don't you mean Don't you mean Sleeping Beauty?
Yeah, that one.
I'm Alexander of Daventry. Who are you?
What difference does it make? Just come on over here. I'll tell you my life history if you still want to hear it.
This guy really wants us to go over there.
Alexander picks up the brick.
But I don't like the way that statue's looking at me with the arrow
You aren't gonna
pointing.
listen to me, are you? Well, we'll just see about that.
Toss a brick at his face.
That's odd. The gardener just disappeared.
No, unfortunately we have to do some other stuff before we can get past that area, so... But for now, let's get this opossum guy.
Little creature dangling from that tree branch.
Hello, friend. Aren't you an odd-looking little fellow?
I'm not odd-looking, you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you could speak.
Speak not. Funny is, speech I am and nothing but.
You speak strangely, friend.
Strange, my speech is not. Eloquence I speak with.
But who are you? And why are you here?
Does it have like an inverted face?
No, he's just hanging upside down.
It's just that the way the graphics are just, like it sounds like the whole green section's a face.
No, it's like a half opossum, half like lizard.
Alexander
Yeah, but it looks like the whole thing looks like a face there.
Seems in need of an ending.
Yeah, I guess I can kind of see where you're getting at.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
Let me see if I can find pictures of possums in t-shirt in clothes.
Like you, I do. Go I with you.
Oh, but you're gonna be missing out the fun bit.
But I did find a picture of a possum with pictures of possums with clothing.
That was certainly interesting.
Oh, you missed the Alexander putting the dangling participle away.
Take me home.
And we could talk to him too.
Alexander
Put him in your bag.
No, we put him in our shirt.
Alexander.
I also had to look up what a dangling participle is, and that's a very, very fucking weird one. Like, I guess it would be common for people to make that mistake, but for it to be called a dangling participle is quite weird.
Interesting yet?
A regular abnormality?
Let me see what I have. I found this little fellow lost on another island.
Coming home, I am too.
There you are, you naughty boy.
I'm gonna cook this one for dinner.
I am seeing you too.
No, the dangling participle is needed to let you know when you've made a sentence that puts emphasis on the wrong part of the sentence, and then, yeah, like I said, dangling participle is fucking weird.
have to give you something. Let's see now. Was it a rare book you wanted?
Basically, I think the way to explain dangling participle would be you say a sentence, but you make the emphasis of the verb, I think it is, to imply that the main focus of your sentence is something different from what it actually is. Oh, and this is where I was missing my 1 point from the previous game. We got a rare book, and you get 1 point if you read it. So yeah, it was something I could not load up an earlier save for.
Is there like another use for the book?
This book? No. We need to take it to the bookstore so we could get the magic book that is there. I don't know why I came back here. I thought maybe something would activate earlier, but I guess it activates later. Anyway, map away.
Alexander feels a strain.
And we got a big fat pearl, so we could hopefully get our ring back. And we got a nice riddle book that is very rare, because it has not been out in the sun for that long.
Alexander doesn't remember that sign being on the wall before. He decides to take a closer look.
Pawn
of
Shopee.
proclamation. It reads, "Citizens rejoice,"
Um,
announcing the royal wedding and coronation
So,
of Vizier Abdul al-Hazred and
where
Princess
you're
Kasima.
from, when
For
you
reasons of security, the wedding will
cook
not
your
be
meat,
open to
like
the
you
public.
were complaining to
Long live
me
the
and
new
Kel
king and
that
queen of the land of the Green Isles.
we enjoy our meat like
Alexander feels his
rare
stomach
or
turn at
whatever,
the thought of the
and you're like, no,
If he doesn't
having
do
it
something soon,
anything other than
Kasima
well
will
done
be
is
another
disgusting.
man's wife.
Is there like a cultural reason for that, or is it just like do you guys just not cook your food
How
in that
very
way,
good.
or?
What news have you from the castle?
It's more a matter of hygiene because meat that is not well done can have worms that cause a lot of for example, brain cysts. Like a brain when you have
Mary.
there you've heard about that, like
Unpleasant thing to
a
swallow,
person
sir.
eats uncooked meat and
Only
they
I
get
know
a
Kasima
brain
wished it. Tell me about the Vizier, Jalo.
tapeworm egg in their brains.
I've heard of things like that happening, yes. The only time that it's really a major concern for like North America, like United States, Canada, is when it comes to your vegetables. You need to wash your vegetables, and that's about it. Like if you get like bad meat, it's usually there's enough health regulations up here to make it so that way, like, at least mad cow disease isn't going to be a thing anytime soon, unless you got, like, some really corrupt shithead who manages to pay off a bunch of people just to be obnoxiously evil like that.
He will use her to his best advantage. That's his way.
Perhaps he has charmed her. Perhaps she cares for him now.
The Vizier is capable of anything, and Kasima must be vulnerable and lonely right now. Still, she has always instinctively distrusted him. Kasima has a good head on her shoulders. I'd be surprised if she's truly fallen for his words of love. I must return to the castle, Prince Alex, and you to your wanderings. May we both fare well.
Alrighty then, so a nice update from Jalo, and we shall give
I found
our
this rare
rare
and I
book.
thought of your offer.
Very interesting. Oh, it is a wonderful riddle book. Riddles are much more marketable than spells these days. I guess people believe more in mirth than in magic. Here is the spell book.
Alrighty then.
And a fair
And let's take a look
treat,
at this
I must
book
say.
and see what kind of
I certainly hope
magical
so.
spells that we can
We shall
do.
see how rusty my spell casting truly is.
Let's see, open her up. Alright, what can we do? Magic paint spell, very useful, but apparently we need to get River Styx water. Like, what the fuck? God damn it. Make rain spell. Needing a bunch of water that you can't just get normally. Great. And charming a creature of the night spell. Oh my god, nope.
Charming a creature of the night, a streetwalker.
Oh my god, he only had 3 fucking spells, and those were the 3 spells? God damn it, no wonder this guy turned into an aardvark. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all later. Have a nice night.
Bye-bye.